Today, we will be discussing Prophecy Scheduler, and in order to do so, we will go over the following topics. Production planning challenges, what is Prophecy Scheduler, an overview demo, customer story, and there will be time for questions afterwards. So let's get started. Regarding production planning challenges, we live in an uncertain world. We've heard it time and time again. The only constant is change. In this world, competition gets tougher and tougher. We're expected to do more, to do better, to produce better quality, to produce more efficiently. There's all sorts of challenges that manufacturing companies face, from shortage of materials to the supply chain being under pressure and cash flow being challenged. Being a manufacturing company has become more complicated, more complex. Now, what are the symptoms that you may be experiencing or seeing that tend to have as a root cause insufficient production planning? Lack of overview. You're not able to know at a given point in time what is going on the plant floor. Production plan not being up to date or shared. Having issues meeting due dates. Productivity lower than expected. That constant feeling of having to be firefighting or hand holding the execution of your orders. Difficulty predicting, assessing the consequences of updates that you need to implement, and additional meetings and documents being needed. Now, what is Prophecy Scheduler? It's a software tool that enables dynamic and visual simulation and scheduling in manufacturing companies. It's a finite capacity scheduling tool, and they're used to optimize assets, create realistic schedules, and enable dynamic planning. Like I mentioned a few moments ago, making sure that your planners, the different resources that need to have this information, are able to know where, for example, product is at any given time, being able to access reliable information, up-to-date information. As an example, exact start and end times and due dates. And all of this enables you to be able to meet customer expectations and manage them, to having that visibility and up-to-date information. So as a thread, you're going to hear being able to facilitate informed decision making and enhancing end-to-end visibility as main benefits of implementing Prophecy Scheduler. The value proposition of Prophecy Scheduler, it can help optimize several very important and relevant factors, such as lead time and work in progress, such as the time spent on planning. Time and time again, we are on site, we discuss scheduler, and we hear about or from planners about what a significant amount of time they spend creating these schedules and sharing them. Being able to minimize the need to stop due to lack of material, being able to view, predict bottlenecks, being able to have valid data, up-to-date data of your production schedule, being able to improve productivity and reaction time, as well as meeting the due date expectations set with your customers, and also resource utilization and throughput improvement. What are specific capabilities that can help address some of this within the software? Being able to model resources on your plant floor and view them in here. Have calendars that you can link to these resources. Being able to have data such as your routes and operations available. You have a Gantt chart view that you can also edit, different graphs such as workload and material. Being able to view things at a glance through color coding, such as orders that are violating a due date. Being able to view the order list so you know what needs to be produced. Being able to implement different planning rules such as forward and backward. And the simulation, the what if scenarios that I also mentioned. So what are different options that we can check the outcome or output of, for example, somebody is not able to come to work, then maybe we need to move things around. What would this look like, and what would this affect? Regarding main capabilities that we wanted to highlight today, delivery is one of them. So being able to meet your due dates. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, backward and forward planning are available, and the simulations of being able to simulate different scenarios to address different delivery challenges. Material situation. Being able to avoid or minimize downtime by reconciling the plan with your available materials. This can enable inventory optimization, for example, with better timing of purchases. And it can enable or allow you to see how different plans will affect inventories of your materials. And capacity versus load. So being able to have a dynamic overview of your capacity, so what you can do versus the load, what you are actually doing, being able to view that balance. It enables to look ahead, smooth out peak loads, utilizing spare capacity. And then, of course, having the short and longer term views as well for your resources or departments. Now let's get into the demo. As a high-level overview so that you can get a look and feel for this product, you can see it's like a web page that you would open elsewhere. You have a top navigation bar, a left side navigation bar. On the left side, you see the different resources. In this case, they are resources that model a discrete production, so they make parts. And you can see to the right the Gantt chart. I am hovering over machining station 2, and you see that there's different options available or buttons that I can click. One of them says single resource view. So currently I'm seeing different resources. If I click on this button, you would only see the highlighted resource machining station 2. If I click it again, you go back to viewing multiple resource data. You can see a calendar in here. You can see an edit button. Going in here, you have access to different dashboards with different master data. You start with a resource because that's what you clicked, but you also have calendar, routes, operations, so the steps that you take to produce, and of course, materials. Another piece of functionality that I wanted to highlight today is this PO button. By clicking it, you can see the orders available in your system, and you can expand to view more data as needed. Now, if you click on the actual order number, you can see additional details. You could have your customer, quantity, of course, different dates, route, and several other details available to you using this view. You can see at a glance, like we mentioned, color coding on the Gantt chart. If I click on, in this case, one of the operations, you can see the detail panel. If I double click, you can actually see the edit operation panel where you can take further steps to edit some of these fields as needed. You have bottom left, the workload graph, the material graph. So all of this data available to you so that you can make better informed decisions. There's different ways that you can view this data also. For example, by clicking on this dropdown, you can see right now I have percentage used selected, but I could do hours left, for example, or I could do hours. And you can see how the data changes as I select different options from the dropdown. Another good feature to know of is how you can switch your view by selecting different time frames very quickly. In this case, we're viewing data for 1 week, but by just clicking that drop down, you can view it for 1 month. You can move backwards and forward. so that you can be where you need to be to view the data that you're trying to make a decision on. And regarding the customer story, another great aspect of Prophecy Scheduler is that you could be up and running with it in as little as several weeks. Just like with most other similar projects, a template of what this implementation can look like starts with a project kickoff. You want to define your requirements, what makes sense as far as the implementation. Of course, prepare for it. You're going to need to have your master data. After you have all of that is needed, you will go into the actual project implementation, configuration, and once all of that is done, you go straight into your go live and of course the hypercare support. Percentage of users who experience financial benefits with Prophecy Scheduler. We received some very good feedback from customers that use the software. 100% of them experience lower salary costs per what they reported. 91% experience increased revenue, and above 80% experience both lower capacity costs and lower financing costs. And you can see also lower penalty costs as 71%. So different financial benefits that have been reported and that we are able to go over with you today. And regarding a success story, one of our customers is Nurian. In their case, their site, their chemical site, was still managing their production using paper. So that, raw material information, processes, finished products, all that data. They did not have a system that could help them have this information and have it um, real time and up to date. So in their case, a solution comprising a suite of products was used because they also, in addition to scheduler, wanted to, for example, trace what batch number each customer delivery was associated with. Now, something that we can see here for them by being able to leverage this solution, they were able to increase their capacity by 20%, decrease lead time, which is another to customer delivery, another of the main optimization factors that we mentioned early on with scheduler. In addition to this, they were also able to increase traceability, which they were very interested in, as well as have an ability to spot key production trends. I thank you all very much for your time. And if you have any questions as you review this material, feel free to reach out to us and we'll do our best to respond. Have a good day.